Hello everybody, and guess what? I'm going to do another review. Yesterday I picked up the Sonic Super Special, the Poster Spectacular, and I read through it and decided, because the two Sonic reviews I've done are my most viewed videos, so I decided, hey, why don't I do another one? So, as it says boldly on the front, this is the Poster Spectacular. And yes, it has many posters. But I don't know if the posters are really worth getting. But let's see. Let's find out. This time there were only two major comics. One being Phoenix Down. This is Sonic the Hedgehog 199, right before the 200 special. And Family Matters, the second part in the two-part series about the walrus is. And then we have like the timeline and all the bonus features. So again, we have all the letters. And I like this. Is there any chance of Sonic and Amy getting together, or should I just give up? And nobody answers that. Now we have some news. We have the crossover event thing that's been getting more attention to about Sonic and Mega Man. I really love these Sonic comics and all the stuff relating to Sonic, but I don't really follow the Mega Man stuff, mainly because I've never really, I never really gotten into anything Mega Man. But it looks like it's going to be an interesting crossover. It's going to be a long one too. 12 issues. It's like let's see, again, a 12-part epic spanning 3 titles for 4 months. So yeah, it's going to take a while. And also, I thought the Sonic Universe 50, I heard that's going to be about, what was it called? Sonic Underground. It's going to be the conclusion to that series, because there never was a conclusion. And I did watch that TV show a couple of times, and it was alright. It was, kind of corny, kind of, nah. I thought it was weird that Sonic had a brother and sister, especially since, they incorporated their names into the future Sonic timeline, but other than that, we haven't really heard about any of this. So it'll be interesting to see. That's coming up pretty soon. Now it says some graphic novels coming out, which these are already out. Talks more about the Chaotix Quest, which by this time issue 48 will already be out, which is nice. He talked about the Sonic Encyclopedia, which I kind of want, but it's really expensive, so yeah, chances, if I ever do get that, I might review it, but what's the chances of me getting that? And now we have the first story, which is, I can't remember, Phoenix Down. It just recaps, before Scrooge took over, he went Super Scrooge, Sonic defeated him, Eggman is doing something. And man, that looks freaking amazing. I mean, come on. Just that huge bird and Sonic's like, oh dear. So, begins with, well, I'll just summarize the plot. Basically, they go down, Sonic and the crew and the Chaotix, they go down and they try to stop, they want to get to Eggman's thing, because they're going to stop the war once and for all, it seems. But, so, it's like they get ambushed. So it's like Linda and the Dark Egg Legion, they kind of get their butts kicked. So, but Eggman doesn't seem to worry about that, because he has his own contraption. And just as they're about to fire all their weapons at Sonic and everybody else, Tails mysteriously, he just, he has a button, and then pressing it, just everything's down. Man, that must be a really useful button. But then when it seems that everything is going to go their way, we see a fireball. Phoenix! Man, I love this. Like, I love this robot. It's so cool. So then it starts spewing fire at everybody. And they don't have really a plan to do it. Now we cut to Snivelly, and oh yeah, Dementor. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but they seem to have weird names. So they talk a bit, and Dementor, like, he says he knows what Snivelly's been doing with that girl. But Snivelly's like, hey, we can just work this out. We can do it together. So back there, they don't really have a plan, but Tails says that if he gets close enough, he can get some he can get some, I don't know what it's called. It's like little things where when he presses his button of awesomeness, I'm going to call that, they'll shut it down. So Sonic climbs aboard it, or he tries to get on it, and then he has people throw him up, and when they're in the atmosphere, the bird can no longer have fire because no air. So while it's dropping back down, Charmy, his wife, and that squirrel dude, man, I'm just forgetting the names, but squirrel dude, they place the things that will stop the machine, and now Tails needs to push his button of awesomeness. 3, 2, 1. The no. And so it crashes. Eggman's mad. He gets up. It explodes. He leaves. And now they just have stuff where they pack up camp for the night. And some more teasing with Sonic and Sally. And then nervousness, because if they win, they end the war. Or something. But, yeah. So, like, bit of foreshadowing for the 200th issue. The story, I think, is pretty good overall. It's nice build up to that. And I really like the Firebird. It's just kind of a shame that we didn't really see it more. Like, if Eggman had to build one more robot, I'd like to see like a reboot of that one, because it's really cool. And normally this is where the posters would be, but I ripped them all out. Or I took them out very, very carefully, because I did not want to rip them all out. So I'll get to those posters after I'm done with the magazine as a whole, just to show you the like. And now the second story is about the killer whales and the Dark Egg Legion once again. And they summarized this by saying the walruses have basically all been enslaved by the Eggman Empire. So Sonic is called down, and while he's there, Rotor has Nicole build him a nanite suit that he can wear, because when he injured his back in 175, he was no longer in action, but now he's on the council. But, so now he has the suit so he can, walk, run, fly, he can do all the stuff that he used to do. When he goes to save his people. But he gets stopped by Silver because Silver thinks that he's the traitor, but of course he's wrong. Somebody else is a traitor. And that's a cool picture, but Sonic never actually fights them. Kind of a shame. Cut to Silver and Rotor battling it out. So basically they battle it out for a little bit. Ooh. Don't have time to mess around. Best face. But when Silver realizes lives are at stake, he stops fighting him, and now they're gonna go off and do something. Well, Sonic and the Tundra, or I think it's either Tundra or Arctic Freedom Fighters, they go and they're gonna go stop this thing, which is enslaving all the walruses. Hypnotic zombie walruses. So while Ciela and I have no idea, the penguin, they go underwater to stop the Dark Legion killer whales, while Sonic and those two go up and they try to get through the walruses. But it's not easy because Sonic doesn't like to fight them because he knows some of them as friends. Like, this is Boomer's or Rotor's mother, and this is Rotor's brother. So he's a hard time fighting him. Clonk. Ninja. Man, I love that he's like fast asleep. And then underwater, they're battling the killer whales, but they're like, hey, they're not really that bad. But then there is the subsonic whale. Dun dun dun. But it quickly starts taking them out because it has armor, and it has a supersonic, like a sonic thing that can really hurt them. So it doesn't look good for them either. Pew. And just as it's about to eat the penguin, we cut back to Silver and Rotor, where they manage to get into the egg tower. They get in, and they spot the share, which Rotor figures out is Eggman used to control all of the walruses. So that's what he used to make them all slaves. So he asks Silver if he'll do it. And of course, Silver, being the nice or naive guy that he is, does it. And now we see awesome psychic powers. Pew! Oh my gosh, those whales' brains exploded! And so all the walruses are reverted back to normal. Everyone's fine. And the killer and the penguin and the seal are fine too. And so we get a happy thing with Rotor, his mom, and his brother. And Silver is still mad because he really thought Rotor was a traitor, but he is wrong again. So, happy ending. I think I would have liked if they had part 1 because, I mean, it's nice that they put a summary in there, but I think if they had part 1 in there, it would have made a more flowing story and not just, oh yeah, and this was what happens at the end. And we also see these guys, and it references the Tails Adventure story, which I think that's a good, I like that, the Sonic Universe arc. And we get a thing to Bunny's 2-part adventure, which is also pretty good. And we have some stuff about Rotor and the nanite suit, which looks really awesome, and that's the suit that he wears for the Team Freedom. We also have the Sonic Mobius timeline. I'll let you guys read this a little bit. Sorry if you can't see as well. So, that's a pretty good chunk of the timeline there. Probably going to be done with that timeline pretty soon, actually. Now we have more fast forward what's next. This has been out for a while. That's already been out for a while. This 48 should already be out now. I think Alex360 is probably going to do a review of that by the time I get this up, or sooner. And this one, which I am really looking forward to because I wanted to download the Sonic Universe, the Journey to the East comics on my iPod for a while now, but now I can just get this book when it comes out in a couple months. And we now have an interview with Jamal Peppers in Sonic Artist. I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff. But he just, he's famous for the penciler. Guess he penciled in this one too. Looks pretty nice. And then thing for the next one, which looks like it's going to be about the Chaotix. Looks pretty darn cool. I know, I'm going to like that. So that's also coming in February. So that was the issue as a whole. But you don't really want to see, all the comics. No, you wanted to see the posters. So let's get them out. No, get out of the way, super special. Nobody cares about you. We want to see the posters. First one, each poster has two things. So there's going to be two sides. Each has a different poster. Let me get a bit up. This one looks nice. And then we have this Sonic Genesis one. Also looks quite nice, although there's a lot of bare space right here. We have this one, which I think is kind of funny. Can you imagine Cream seriously riding a motorbike? Awesome. The cover for the Sonic Encyclopedia, which looks really cool. I know for a fact that I'm going to be putting this one up. We have I think it's 170, the cover for the 171 issues. A lot of these are covers for comics. And then we have Supersonic. Dun ba dun. That is pretty cool. Then we have this issue, which looks quite nice. I like Sonic expressions like, Arr! Let's see, is this, yes. I think this is probably the comic issue 2, but I don't remember which one it is. And we have this is the Treasure Team Tango. I think this is probably like the first issue thing. Honestly, that arc was kind of weak, in my opinion. Then we have, Knuckles. I know I'm going to be putting this up too. This one's really, really cool. Knuckles. And if there was no Shadow, he'd probably be my favorite character. More Sonic. Running really fast. Of course. We have a Sideways poster. Getting fancy here. I think this was I don't remember which arc this was, but I know it was a big storyline. It's pretty cool. Knuckles with flames. Yeah. I think this is the only one that I don't think this has ever been in a comic cover before. So this is probably a new one then, which looks really cool. And another from Sonic Genesis, referencing the second game's art. Ooh, this first one is from the Best of Sonic book. Think Tails, get down. Yeah, you know, that, yeah. That looks pretty cool. We have issue, is this 231? I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this is definitely cool. Nice to see some of these getting the full comic. More Sonic for issue. I don't know. I'm going to stop saying issue because I'm pretty sure I'll be wrong. Metal Sally. Yes. This is going to be... I'm sure people are going to either really like this one or really, really not like this one. But yeah. I can't wait to see that story resolved, and I think 247, I think it's supposed to be resolved. And then after that, it's the Mega Man and Sonic arc. I know this is Sonic Archive 17, yeah, pretty sure. With all the rings. Ooh, this is quite nice. 225. Sorry for the cut there, but anyway, I think this is probably my favorite of all of the posters. Man, it's so cool. I love the death egg in the background and all the main freedom fighters going towards it. Only two more left. First we have Sonic from, like I said, I'm not going to say the issue because I'm probably wrong. But yeah, this is pretty nice. And I think this is referencing Sonic 3, maybe. I know this is probably one of the classic title video game references. It looks quite nice too. And the final one. Sonic, this is the Sonic 25 issue. Or, well, probably just the classic Sonic games and comics in general. You know, it has Evil Sonic, Metal Sonic, the Chaotix, Classic Sonic, Robotnik, Bunny and Antoine's Love, and Sally Falling Down. Final one is Sonic throwing posters in Eggman's face because apparently he's so freaking weak now that he can defeat him with that. And there's this snowman and a Christmas tree in the background. What? Where are they? Where are they? Jeez, Sonic. Being a thing now. Well, that was all the posters. Cluttered mess. As you see, though, the posters are very thin, so it's pretty easy to rip them or get them damaged. So you may want to pay close attention to that. Like if you, like this isn't a big, really, this is like a cheap poster thing. But everything aside, what do I think of this issue? Well, the two comics in here are both very nice. I think this is definitely a good comic, the Phoenix Down one. I think it would have been nice if they had maybe a little bit less posters so they could add the first part of Family Matters, because then that would have been adding another extra comic and it would have made the story maybe flow a little bit better because you just read what happened, now you're reading the ending. But otherwise, I have no complaints with them. They're good stories, and they're nice to read. The timeline was nice. All the extra features were nice. I think they made it a little bit too hard to get the posters out. I mean, I had to literally take out, like, I almost removed the staples on here just to get all of these out. And to add to that, they're incredibly thin, so it's easy to tear them. So don't put them in a place where they could, you know, get bitten or something. And like like for some, if there's two sides that you want, you can only have one side at a time. So, I thought that was kind of weird, but most of the time it's like one I like, and the other one is like meh. I don't need that one. But this comic is sold for $10, either at like a local grocery store or somewhere else, or through the Sonic or Archie Comics app. If you have an iPod and this is here, do not get this, because I don't know what the posters are like for them. Maybe they have something different. But if you just have, but people are going to get this for the posters. They're not going to get it for the stories. And not being able to put any of them up will be a real downside. Plus, like as you see, it only has 2 stories. Even though they're really good stories, I don't think it's enough to pay $10 for. Even for the Mobius timeline, that's not worth paying $10 for. So if you have an iPod, then skip out on this for that. But definitely go over to a grocery store or go over to where they sell this, and definitely pick it up if your walls are bare, which mine are. So now I can have zillions of posters up and bug living thing out of my sister. And it has, like I said, it has 2 nice stories that you'll get a kick out of reading, and then you'll put up all the posters and you'll say, this this is a good one. So yeah, definitely pick this up if you are a big Sonic fan, and especially if you like posters. Okay, so, and if you want me to keep doing reviews, like if you want me to review the next Sonic Super Special, then I will. Just put down in the comments if you want me to or not, or maybe message me. But yeah, so that's Sonic Super Special number 5. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone, and I'll see you next year.